Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. So, welcome to your SST class. Before starting the class, I would like to say that please watch these videos. These videos, as you know, that these videos are very helpful for you. Okay, at this time, at the time of this COVID-19, only this is the way by which you can complete your studies. So please watch these videos. Let us start. My dear, in previous classes, in previous week, we had started a chapter, People Who Enriched Our Culture, chapter number 18. In this chapter, we had studied about many religious teachers, after that, many social reformers. We had studied about them. Today, we are going to study about some great rulers who ruled over India and some great scientists who who worked a lot for our country. Okay, for the development of our country, for the welfare of people, they have done a lot. So about these rulers and scientists, we will study today. Do you know in India many kings has ruled. Many kings has ruled in India in past. They worked for welfare of people. Today we will read about some of these rulers. Okay, like Ashoka, Akbar, after that Krishna Dev Rai. These all were the rulers of India. So let us start with Ashoka. Here you can see the great Ashoka. This is the picture of Ashoka. Ashoka ruled over India about 2000 years ago. He fought and won many battles. Okay, to increase his kingdom, he fought many battles and he was a great ruler, so he won all the battles. But Battle of Kalinga. Kalinga is a place, okay, but Battle of Kalinga, which was fought by him and also won by him. This battle had changed his life. How? Just see. In ancient India, between the Maurya Empire under Ashoka and the state of Kalinga, an independent federal kingdom located in east coast, in the present day of Odisha, the north parts of Andhra Pradesh. Okay, between Kalinga and the Mauryan Empire, a war was fought between them, and during this war, Ashoka won that war. But this war changed his life. To see everywhere blood, he was very disturbed and sad. Here you can see some picture related to the war of Kalinga. Many people died during that war. Okay, and the huge loss of life and suffering witnessed on the battlefield made him turn away from the war. Okay, to see blood everywhere, to see the dead bodies everywhere in the battlefield, this turned his life. Okay, he turned away from the war. So he was deeply influenced by Buddhism and adopted the Dharma principle. Okay, he started to spread Buddhism after war of Kalinga. Okay. Ashoka built shrines and monasteries and inscribed Buddhist teaching on rock and pillars in many places. He sent missionaries to country. His own son Kunal became a monk and carried Buddhism to Sri Lanka. Okay. He helped in spreading the teachings of Lord Buddha in India and abroad also, abroad like Sri Lanka and China. Okay. Here you can see this picture also related to King Ashoka, who after war of Kalinga, whose life changed, completely changed, and he adopted Buddhism. He became the follower of Buddhism and started to spread Buddhism religion all over the country, not only in country but also in abroad also like Sri Lanka and China. And at that time, his own son Kunal, he also become a monk, and he spreaded Buddhism religion in Sri Lanka. Ashoka made roads, hospitals, dharmshalas, and wells for welfare of people. Now let's move to the next king, Akbar. Akbar the Great. He was known as Akbar the Great. He was the greatest Mughal emperor. He became the emperor of India at age of 13. Okay, when he was very small, at the age of 13 only, he became the emperor of India. Okay, his full name was Abul Fath Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. He was popularly known as Akbar, literally the Great. Meaning of Akbar is the Great. He was born on 14th October 1542, also known as Akbar the Great or Akbar. He was Mughal emperor from 1556 until his death. He was the third and one of the greatest ruler of Mughal dynasty in India. Okay, before Akbar, Babur was the king, and before Babur, Humayun. Okay, Humayun's son was Babur, Babur's son was Akbar. Okay, they were the Mughal emperors. In 1556, Humayun died just months after retaking Delhi. Akbar ascended the Mughal throne at the age of 13 and became Shahanshah. His regent of Bariam Khan, his childhood guardian. Bariam Khan was his Bairam Khan was his childhood guardian and an outstanding warrior. He encouraged art, music, literature in his court, and he founded a new religion named as Deen-e-Ilahi. Okay, the name of that religion was Deen-e-Ilahi, to strengthen Hindu-Muslim unity. The comparative study of different religions at the Ibadat Khana led Akbar to form the Deen-e-Ilahi. Meaning of Deen-e-Ilahi, divine faith. The new faith included good points of all religions. Okay, in this new religion, all the good points of many religions have been taken. He believed in one supreme God. The basic purpose of the formation of Deen-e-Ilahi was Sulahul or universal harmony. The idea of tolerance in this faith did not discriminate between people of different religions, and he focused system of ethics like justice, peace, honesty, etc., which were universally applicable. Okay, the main reason of this foundation of new religion was to strengthen Hindu-Muslim. Okay, Hindu-Muslim unity. He encouraged art, music, and literature in his court, and in his court was adorned by 9 distinguished men. from different fields. They were called the Navratnas. Okay. In Akbar's court, 9 men were there from different fields and they were the best. Okay, and they were known as Navratnas. Okay, means 9 gems. These are the name of those 9 gems. First one was Abul Fazl, who wrote Akbar Nama and Ainai Akbari. Second, Faizi, who translated Mahabharat and Ramayana into Persian. Abdul Rahim Khane Khana, famous for his dohas. Todarmal, his revenue minister. Man Singh, his military general. Birbal, the constant companion, famous for his intelligence and sharp wit. Tansen, the great singer and musician, is said to have composed Rag Darbari in Akbar's honor. Then after Fakiruddin, a mystic and one of Akbar's chief advisor, and Mullah Do Piazza, a scholar known for his wit. These were the 9 gems of Akbar. Among these, Birbal and Tansen were very famous. Tansen, the musician or singer, and Birbal, his constant companion. They were the best and very famous. Next king was Krishna Dev Rai. He was a great ruler of Vijayanagar in South India. He encouraged trade and constructed many buildings for the prosperity of his people. He had great regards of poets, artists and writers, and Tenali Ram was his famous courtier. You might have heard stories of Tenali Ram also. Now let's move towards scientists. India is proud of having many scientists who have made great contribution in various branches of science. Okay, not only today, from ancient time, India has many great scientists, mathematicians, astronomers who has done a lot for our country. In ancient India, mathematics, astronomy and medical science were highly developed in our country. The decimal system and the concept of zero was given by Indian mathematician to world. The number 1 to 0 were also invented in India. The Arab traders learned these numbers from India. And so we can say that mathematics was highly developed in India. Okay, Arab traders learned these numbers from Indians and they called it Hindsa. Hindsa means what? Hindsa means of India. Here you can see, this is picture of Aryabhat. Aryabhat was a well-known astronomer in past. He was credited with the invention of algebra. Algebra, a branch of mathematics. Next, Varah Mihira. Varah Mihira, he was famous Indian astrologer, mathematician and astronomer. And he was one of the 9 gems of court of King Vikramaditya. In the field of medicine also, India was very developed at that time. Charak, he was called as king of Indian physician. Shushruta was known as father of surgery. Okay, he was known as father of plastic surgery. He was an expert surgeon. And these are the tools used by him for plastic surgery or for surgery, these tools were used at that time. Here you can see pictures related to the surgery. Ayurveda is the oldest system of medicine which was highly developed in India. Unani system of medicine was brought to India by Turks and Mughals. Scientists such as J.C. Bose, C.V. Raman, H.J. Bhabha, Vikram Sarabhai, H.G. Khurana, M.S. Swaminathan and A.P.J. Abdul Kalam have enriched science a lot with their contribution. Okay. Here you can see the picture. This is the picture of J.C. Bose, Sir Jagdish Chandra Bose. This is C.V. Raman, M.S. Swaminathan. These all were the great scientists. APJ Abdul Kalam. In recent time, our space scientists have also set up many records in space. Space scientists like Rakesh Sharma, Kalpana Chawla, Sunita Williams, they all have set up many records in space. Here you can see picture of Rakesh Sharma. Sunita Williams. Sunita Williams stayed in space for 492 days, a record for any woman. Okay, so these are the scientists who has done a lot for our country. This is all about the today's class. In next class, we will discuss question answer of this chapter. Till then, thank you. Bye-bye.